Thank you so much for clicking on my channel. Today we're talking about Tusk, a movie with Justin Long. I would say his best movie. Sorry, Barbarian. Sorry, Barbarian fans. This is his best movie. This is Kevin Smith's best movie. Hot takes right off the bat. Hey, here's another hot take. This is the best movie I've ever seen in my entire life. I know I say that for a lot of movies. This is the best movie. This is the best movie I've seen in my entire life that I will never watch again and that I have only seen once. I feel very confident about saying that because there is literally no reason to watch this movie a second time unless this is therapeutic for you, which I understand how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a comedy movie. It's a Kevin Smith movie. It's a fun movie. But if you get any good chemicals in your brain from watching this movie, I'm genuinely curious about your upbringing, about your current mental status. I'm not trying to psychoanalyze you, but I'm just saying, what is wrong with you? You're a freak. I like this movie. I will not watch it again. The ending just gives me chills just thinking about it. I won't talk about it just yet. We'll ease our way into it. So this is a Kevin Smith joint. Get it? 'Cause it's Kevin Smith. And it's about a man, Justin Long, the manliest man, the broiest bro, who is a podcaster. So it's basically a story about 2024 and 2025, whatever year this is. Essentially, this podcaster goes to the strange, mystical land of Canada. And there he finds a recluse. Johnny Depp's favorite word in this entire movie. Oh, did I mention? Johnny Depp. That's right. Jonathan. Jack Sparrow himself is in this movie. How did that happen? What does Kevin Smith have on Johnny Depp? Leave it down below in the comments. I have no idea. The star power that this movie has is completely insane. You know what else is completely insane? The plot of this movie. We got a podcaster going to Canada. He meets this man that he takes interest in, and then the man takes interest in him. Now we're getting into spoilers. If you know anything about this movie, you know, oh, this is the movie where man turns into a beast. Man and animal intersect. And just talking about this movie gives me goosebumps for some, weird reason. Listen, full transparency, I saw this movie a while ago. I think that's obvious based on the way that I'm talking about it. I'm talking about it like I'm reading a plot synopsis, which I'm definitely not doing on IMDb at this exact moment. I saw this movie when I was very impressionable. I saw this movie probably when I was 16, I want to say, so I wasn't super young. And, it's an R-rated movie, it's a comedy, whatever. Whatever. You can watch an R-rated movie at any age, I feel like. It depends on the content of that movie, though, and this movie is disturbing, not because of Kevin Smith being the director, and there being Johnny Depp, who had one of his strangest performances, and I'm not talking about his court performance. Just the references that Kevin Smith has, the first 30 minutes of the movie are honestly almost as unwatchable as the last 30 minutes. And honestly, every moment when when Justin Long isn't in Canada, all of the time from basically what I'm trying to say is that when Justin Long is actually interacting with the old man, that's the best part of the movie. Everything before that, why? What are we doing? What are we doing here, you guys? And then especially the Johnny Depp stuff, man. Whoo! So, this movie goes completely off the rails. And I've never seen anything like it. I will never see anything like it again. My friends and I saw this when I was, as I said, 16 years old, because we were fans of disturbing movies, and we're like, ooh, this is a psychological horror movie. It's body horror. Cool. I didn't know what I was getting myself. I mean, you know, I saw the picture, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I could do that. What's that saying about movies where they're like 80% sound? That rings true. Rings true, literally, for this movie, because, dear God, the screams and the sounds and just like just the agony, the despair, it baffles me. It leaves me stunned how Kevin Smith, our boy Kevin, this lovable guy, this lovable stoner guy, you know, he's fun. What is this, my brother? What have you produced? Because the despair that I felt watching this for the first time is akin to like existential dread and just the worst sadness that I've ever felt in my entire life. Like a loved one died, or I'm just at a loss for words describing this emotion, because what emotion does this movie produce? It is something anxiety-inducing, horrifying, and simultaneously incredibly captivating and pretty good. You know, I think about The Mist, right? The Mist, not The Fog. The Mist is the one with the horrific ending, right? Spoilers for The Mist. The father kills his entire family. It's absolutely horrific. It is despair. It is horrible. And then the U.S. Army comes in and saves the day. And the father is like, oh, why did I do this? I'm such a bad person. Watching the ending of The Mist is kind of akin to this, where I'm just this feeling of what's the point of living life, man? That's that existential dread feeling. So if you want to feel that, throw this on. This is a very fun watch. I highly suggest this. I will not be watching it with you. This is probably the last time. I won't say never. This is one of the last times I'll ever talk about Tusk publicly. Because why talk about it? It genuinely just makes me feel bad. I recognize that it's a good movie, and I suggest you watch this if you're into this sort of thing, or if this interests you, then yeah, by all means, go ahead. Me personally, though, the sound of the agony in Justin Long's yell is completely traumatizing. It is completely inhumane. It is primal by all means, because he is literally an animal. Dear God. And then he loses his legs, and that's horrific. You know, I'm not gonna spoil the entire movie. You know, go ahead and watch it. What is this? Why is this a thing? I feel like I say this a lot on this channel. Who made this? And it's not satisfying to see this douchebag be horrifically maimed and put into a walrus suit. And not only put into a walrus suit, but sewn into. Yeah, he's a really, really not cool guy. And he's he's downright diabolical. I don't even want to see my worst enemy be put in this situation. Just swimming around, eating fish. And then, of course, the mental battle that you must have in that situation. I can't even imagine. But, how did you think about this, Kevin? Why did you make this a thing? What, I feel like watching this movie is, going into a parallel dimension. How is this made? It is such a high production for something like... I feel like I would have to, like, watch this on, like, the dark web or something. You know what I mean? It just has that, like, grittiness to it. And, like, when I watch, like, some horrific, like, live leak video online, for instance, I kind of get the same existential feeling where I'm like, I see, like, someone just get destroyed. Every atom in their body has been vaporized by a machine online. I see this video, and I feel the same thing when I watch this. I just think about my life, and I'm like, damn. That's, we're all just bags of meat, aren't we? We're all just sacks of water. We're all just beasts. We're all just, like, it's just completely crazy. And then, how is this movie a comedy? You know, how did he get away with that? This is not a horror comedy. Don't get me wrong. The first, you know, there are some good moments in the first couple minutes. But the ending just sucks all of that away, and it's just... Bro, this movie was made 10 years ago. I can't get over that. You know what this feels like? You know what this feels like? This feels like watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's exactly what it feels like. Because it's akin to, like, film... You know, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre had this horrible production. So many things went wrong. The cast was basically abused filming the original Texas Chainsaw. I get the same feelings when I watch this, because it's like watching something that I should not be watching. That is the exact feeling that I get to this very day. As a grown-ass man, I still get this feeling. And that feeling is something special. You know? You don't get that feeling a whole lot. It's like, wow, this is really, like, probably bad for my brain. But we do it. You know, we're humans. We drink alcohol. We hurt ourselves, right? I'm not gonna say that you should drop everything and watch this movie, but if anything that I'm talking about during this review sounds interesting, definitely check it out. Justin Long, Johnny Depp, you know, can't really go wrong. And then I'll be honest, like, the first 30 minutes you could probably, like, fast forward through a little bit. Once he meets the old man, and then once he meets the old man, it is a little bit slow initially, but dear God, the payoff, if you can even call it that. It is a tragic movie. This is an extremely tragic movie. That is a great word for it. Him trying to get home, and Justin Long trying to get home and see his girlfriend and see his friends again. Your heart just... you can't help but empathize. Especially when you hear his screams and his agony and his despair. Like, it's a messed up movie. I don't know how it's a horror comedy, so I'll go outright and say, no, this is a psychological horror, tragic, Shakespearean tragedy, damn near. If any of this sounds interesting to you, definitely check it out. Leave below in the comments, what did you like about this movie? Would you ever watch it if you haven't seen it? Does anything about this interest you? If so, why? I would like to know. As I said, how does this get made? How does this appeal to people? The fact that this is like a movie that exists in this world completely blows my mind away. So, yeah, if you enjoyed today's video, definitely leave a comment, leave a like, consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next one.